The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk-adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today. Hello and welcome to the Struggling Artist Turntable, end of 2025. What do we call this? Like our favorite albums of 2025, the special episode. This is January. This will be put out January 2nd. Is that the Friday? Is that Friday? Is that what day it is?
I think so. I think yes. Yes, you are right.
I don't know. With me as always, we have Jeff Bousquet, ARB Image, and Chris Chavez of 716 The Sound.
What's up?
I like that you actually just put your name in there this time. And I don't have to go, what the fuck? Where is Chris's file? Because it usually says something like Mr. Pooper or something like that. So,
that's only on when it's just you and me chopping it up.
No, I've had them like this. You probably forgot.
Have I?
Yeah, yours said your nickname for a while there.
Oh.
My mind still says Yeffin.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So this is our end of 2025 wrap up where we talk about our favorites that are either LPs that came out this year or music that came out this year, or we do picks from the turntable throughout the year. We put the feelers out there on social media like in true Trev fashion an hour before we were supposed to record. So not a lot of people have probably seen this yet, but that's okay. We do have some, and Chris has basically like 100. So
half of that.
Right. So 51, more than half, actually. Yeah, this is crazy. It was a good year for music, I think, guys. I think so real quick, I started the whole like favorite albums of was the end of 2020. I just moved back to Massachusetts, and everything was real fucking bleak. I mean, it's bleak still, but everything was real bleak, and I was like, you know what, music's good. Let's and I just rambled off a list from all the stuff that I got to listen to over the last year. So so that's how it started, and then we made the turntable episodes, and everyone knows our history though. Like you know what I mean? So we're here to recommend music for you. We do this the first Friday of every month. This episode drops, and sometimes on a Saturday if I forget to hit or I don't schedule it for the right time, like I did, I think, one month. But and I don't know. I think people listen, and I think people go and check out some of these bands, and I think it's a good thing. You know, we used to coincide with Bandcamp Fridays, but who knows when those come around? It's very infrequent now, and they just randomly pop up and tell you, and that's how Epic Games works, I guess. I don't know, but
it's gonna. I got an email about it going in 2026. They're still gonna do Bandcamp Fridays every month, and something else. They're doing something else in the new year now.
Every month, though, so they're bringing it back to do every month.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm almost positive that's what I saw it say.
Good. You sure that wasn't an email from 2021?
Oh man.
Anyway, how we feeling tonight, fellas? I feel pretty good. I am pretty excited about these lists, and yeah.
Yeah, it says Bandcamp Fridays will continue in 2026. Yeah.
But not every month. It doesn't say every month.
Not that I see. No.
They've been sporadic with it. So.
Yeah.
At least they'll still do it sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, how are you? How is everybody?
Doing good, dude. A little anxiety with this
Hanging in.
list, man. I told you. It gives me heart palpitations to try to pick 10 to talk about. Because as you were saying, it's a good year for music. I'm thinking to myself, it really is. And I'm looking at this list, and like I said, I have 51 on my list, and only 4 of them are not from this area.
Yeah.
Which is bonkers to say that much good music came out of Western New York, but I live here, so I can say it.
All right.
It's a good place to live.
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, if you can stand the snow, but you like music.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff, how you doing, man?
So I didn't go quite as crazy as Chris. I mean, I picked like 6 of my favorite, and again, I didn't rank them in a particular order this time around. I think last year I did at the last minute. I put them in like the top 5. I think I had my top 5 and then some honorable mentions. So this year I guess I have like my top 6, but they're not ranked in order. And then I've got about 10 others that are 8 or 9 at least other honorable mentions. But this was a good year. I think we had a lot of really, really eclectic and different stuff this year that I tried to focus on. We started the show all coming from backgrounds loving punk rock and kind of the punk and hardcore and emo worlds. And I think over the years we've really been good at like expanding the genres of music that we're talking about and reviewing and bringing to the table as well. And I think this year was really good for that. So I tried to kind of lean into that and pick sort of my favorites that were sort of all over the place. With the exception, of course, of Chris consistently bringing the venerable Buffalo hardcore that there is just so much of to choose from. That is the one constant I feel like we are always treated to. But aside from that, we've had a lot of really cool stuff this year.
Heck yeah, dude. I agree.
Chris took over the Michael Grattan hardcore.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
We miss Mike.
We went from Western Ohio to
every once in a while I'll get a message from him, and I'm like, "Hey, man, we miss you."
Yeah.
But, cool. My list is basically what I do every year. It's seldom that the main list will have anything that didn't come out in 2025. I use pretty strict parameters for myself, because if not, I would have a list like Chris's, right? And it would be just ridiculous. So my main list, I have 10 LPs that came out this year. I guess it's 10 LPs that came out this year. And then I have my honorable mention list that I didn't keep track of, because I felt like if I didn't number them, then it won't be a lot, but there's quite a bit of names on this. So so with the honorable mention list, that could be a song, an EP, something that didn't come out this past year. I'm pretty loose with that one, but I do try to stick to like full LP, because if I don't, I would just have like I'd have carpal tunnel from writing all these band names down. So because there's been a lot of good music, and a lot of good music came out this year, whether it was a single, whether it was an EP or an LP or a live album, you know what I mean, or a re-recording. Like it's crazy to think. Right. And like I have some, like, I think kind of in the same vein as Jeff, I have some stuff on here that I think I have one song on here that I never talked about on the turntable or anything like that, but it's like a kind of like this, like, I don't know, like a poppier kind of song, I would say, like an indie pop song, or maybe like it's definitely an indie song, but like, anyway, so yeah, it's a lot of, I don't know, man, I just like I have an audio book on here actually too.
Nice.
So anyway, I guess we're gonna get into our lists, right? I guess that was the intro. So we've been doing this show for how many years, and I forget. We're gonna take a quick break, Actually, do we do announcements first? You guys want to do announcements before we take a break?
I don't have anything to announce.
Yeah, we do about what we're doing with the show. The whole discussion we just had.
Okay.
Let's go.
So,
You said it like announcements, like we had like something official to announce.
That's at the end, right? When we
Right.
promote stuff. So anyway, moving forward with the turntables, we're gonna keep how we've been doing it with letting you guys vote off of the 3 picks that we do. Months to have a holiday, we're gonna not do that, and we're gonna do something related to the holiday, right? We're gonna do or do we make picks? Maybe it was like we make picks for the holiday or something like that. Something to do with the holiday in that month. We're going to bring wild cards this time around. Each of us will get 2 wild cards throughout the year where we can, instead of picking a local, we can just pick something not at random, but something that hasn't been chosen through an X Factor, right? Like whether for the criterias or whatever like that. So, and then we're gonna try to do a couple more guests this year. Chris, break that down again because you said it more elegantly than I did.
Yeah, we're going to have our guests come by, but so we don't overload ourselves with content to try to listen to, we're going to, and to respect our guests' time as well, we're going to do it where we're obviously going to bring locals, right? And the guest is going to, the guest is going to bring something that they want to talk about, and that's going to be considered our X Factor. And we are going to bring something tied to that. So it could be something that, goes with the name of the album, the band, the city the band's from. And that's how we're doing that.
Yeah. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to start this ridiculous list.
Oh, my God. I can't do this.
Oh, man. We'll be right back. We're back with our favorites of 2025. We're going to do this one at a time. Over the break, Chris let us know that he is not going to give us all 51.
That's not happening.
All 51 flavors. Right? Is that Baskin Robbins? 52 flavors, right?
50.
I think you're right. 50.
51?
Wait, I think it's 30.
31.
31?
30,
It could be
yeah.
31. It could be 31. Anyway, we're not
Or is
getting
that
all
Dr. Pepper? I don't know. Dr. Pepper's got
different
something.
flavors?
51 different, something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Ingredients,
51.
I think.
51 different doctors?
Baskin Robbins.
Herbs
31.
and spices, I think.
No, that's KFC. That's not Dr. Pepper. Oh, anyway, yeah. So, all right, we're going to start our list off. I guess I'll lead off. I'm going to lead off. And I did something a little bit different with my list this year. Maybe next year I can let everyone in on what I want to do a little earlier so we can do the same. But I kind of went with like superlatives from like high school, for some of these. So, yeah. So anyway, but every single one of these albums, like I picked it for the music, right? So I just wanted to add a little bit of the spice to it. So my first one, it came out in January, and I went to go see. I think it was the album release for this. It was somewhere in Boston, and it was the first time I saw this artist with a full band, and it was the first time they played as a full band, and it was absolutely amazing. And that was Jesse Ahern, and the album's called Mercy. And he gets the Ensemble Award for having he had a horn section. It was crazy. It went from being this guy who gets up there and plays solo to he had a horn section. He had like 3 guitarists. It was incredible.
That's awesome.
And that awesome little brewery place in Boston. So that's my first one.
Nice. All right. I'll kick it off here, dude. Out of the 51, I told you, man, this was brutal for me. It was hard for me to pick, And again, this is in no particular order, and this isn't even the 10 best off of this list. It's just 10 that I chose to discuss on the show today. The first one I'm going to kick off with is the band Gato Black. The album is called Sky is Blue, came out October 30th of this year. It's kind of like a post-hardcore, little bit of a screamo feel to it album. I had Sal Mastrocola, the singer and songwriter, on my show, and I came across this band. I think it was another band or somebody I followed on Instagram reshared a couple of the reels when this album was in production, and he was really trying to put the word out there about it. And I liked the song. It was called You Can't Make Me Dance. And it was the first single that was out, and I was like, I dig it. I went, and he opened for Keep Flying when I went to see Keep Flying around here. And so I was like, I dig it. The music's actually really good. Had him on the show, listened to a bunch of the music, and when the album dropped, killer. 11 tracks of killer music. So yeah, Sky is Blue by Gato Black.
All right, I'm going to start my list out with the band from way back at the beginning, towards the beginning of the year. I think it was February. Trev brought us the band Rooftops. They're from Somerville, and they're kind of an acoustic folk punk outfit. Super fun. Had never heard of them before. You brought that. The record was actually, it might have been spring. It was because it was when we had our War X Factor. The name of the record was We Just Pretend This Is a War. And it appears it came out back in 2020.
Yeah.
And they've had one release since in 2021 called Foresight is 2020, but they haven't had too much. Doesn't look like since.
He's dropped a couple things under different names too.
Ah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Because I was gonna say I'd like to see this artist live. It'd be really fun. But yeah, it was just a really fun, straightforward kind of acoustic punk, folk punk type thing. Angry, protestive, and it was one of my standouts for the year.
Yeah, that might be one of the first records I end up wearing out. I have it. I got it in the record club when Mark had it, and I played it every day, and like I haven't put it on in a while because it's at 45, so I have to change the speed and change the belt. But it's an album that I listen to. I listened to it constantly. Such a good one.
Little Low did that too, sneaking the 45 speed on a full length and a full 12-inch LP, and I have to keep waiting for the belt to
That's the Danny Carney special, right?
Fit,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of Danny Carney, he put out a new one this past year.
Did he?
Early in the year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. There's been so much music going through this list.
Really?
I was going through my Bandcamp, and I'm like, damn, I forgot about this one. He put out Scorpio Rising. Fantastic album by Danny Carney, as always, right? He's that guy can he just doesn't stop writing songs, writing albums. I gave him the what did I give him for the award? I don't know, Back Again award, I think is what I called it, because I think he actually waited 2 years between the last release and this one. So yeah. So Danny Carney, Chainsaw Symphony, Scorpio Rising. Check it out.
Let me tell you how much I love Danny Carney's music, bro, that I'm not even hearing one track from this album yet, and I'm purchasing it already. I didn't realize there was a new one out.
It's got a cool photo on the for the
yeah,
cover.
that is dope, dude. I'm going to have to listen to this as soon as we're done here. Anyway, okay, so my next one is an artist I brought for our turntable shows earlier. Trev, you weren't too much of a fan of the sound of this, but I'm a huge fan of Jacob King, and he put out his first full length on vinyl this year. It was Mary Locker. It's a very psychedelic kind of folky, that psych folk, almost like British rock feel to it.
Is this the one where I said he needed to pick a lane?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think
don't think
what
I
you
did.
you
I
said.
did
I
not
think you
know.
said that we already had the Beatles and we already
Yeah,
had Pink Floyd or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, man, I love it. I love this album. I love all the songs on it. It's just got such a. To me, it's a winter album. Like it came out in June, but like the sound of it feels like what it looks like outside right now. Do you know what I mean? Like just that bare trees, kind of gray skies, desolate feel. Mary Locker, Jacob King, my number 9.
Let's see. My next one was another one of Trev's picks. It was Porridge Radio's record "Every Bad." Really liked this. Kind of I believe they were from the UK, right?
I don't, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Porridge
yeah.
Radio Bandcamp. Just pull up the page real quick. They are from. Come on. London. Yep. And this record was Every Bad, volume 1 of Every Bad. Well, I guess it's 11 songs, but yeah, no, I really liked this. Again, with us getting a nice eclectic mix this over the course of this year, I feel like we got some really interesting different stuff. This is kind of a dark rock record that it's got little poppy moments in it. It's got a little bit electronic-y moments in it. It's got like some dark wave elements here and there, but then it's also got really just kind of more like rock and roll or like kind of gritty alternative rock feels to it. Was listening to it again today in the car for a while I was running around, and it also kind of feels a little bit akin to the weather lately. That just kind of like gray, dark, like kind of gritty feel. That being said, if you listen to the lyrics, there's actually some spots in the lyrics that get very like uplifting. And I forget which track it is, like towards the end of it, where she's basically singing like, I want us to all treat each other better and like be better to each other and stuff like that. So it's kind of like got some uplifting, positive lyrics woven into, darker rock and roll sound. But I really liked this record a lot. So this was my number 2 standout for the year.
Nice.
Thanks, Trev.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so my A24 award. That's what the A24 award for best album for a hopeful independent film was Jeff Rowe's "Let's Die Slowly." Beautiful songs, just beautiful songs that go over a range of from trauma to just having hope. And if anyone knows Jeff Rowe's music, he's fantastic. So he gets the A24 award, and I did an episode with him, so go back and listen to that too, by the way. We'll throw that out there. So yeah, Jeff Rowe, Let's Die Slowly.
Nice. My number 8 is Buffalo Hardcore, melodic hardcore, the band Do Crime. Their EP Caught Up, it also came out on vinyl this year. Do Crime is just one of my favorite hardcore bands around here. I'm the second these guys came out last year, they exploded. Like they came out last summer, and it was like one of those perfect kind of storms of melding of talent and just it was insane, dude. Like the immediately gained a huge following and have been killing it ever since. And that's the thing about this band too. It's one of these bands that they're not playing every single weekend and saturating the scene with their presence. It's like every time they show up, people are dying to see them again. So I definitely can't wait to see them again. But yeah, Do Crime, Caught Up, get it.
They were so good. They're so good.
They are so good, dude.
Yeah, they've been a constant on your rotation. You've definitely brought them to the show several times, and
Heck yeah.
Spoiler alert, they're in my honorable mention for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, next one on my list is Evan Greer's record AMAB/ACAB, which we just had last month or the month before.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting. Lyrically beautiful. Kind kind of the most interestingly crafted viewpoints. Like Evan writes these really serious, sort of sad, gut-wrenching lyrics that are framed just in like a really unique perspective, like on being a millennial, growing up with the social trauma of our generation. And Evan's also a really like active activist, really like outspoken activist in the local like queer community, advocating for queer and trans rights, and actually like goes to city hall, like goes to the board meetings, goes to the community meetings, like is like out there doing the work, getting signatures, actively engaging in political organizing, and really like practices what they preach. So I really appreciate them as an artist, and I really liked this record. Just a fantastic. It's mellow, it's sad, but it also gets like really kind of angry at points, and like really poignant. And yeah, it's got a little bit of everything. So yeah, it was really cool.
I gotta buy that one still. I
got
remember
it.
loving that. I remember loving that one a lot. So, oh yeah, that was a good one, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, I've got it here. I've got it on vinyl. Sounds
Nice.
good.
Nice. All right, so the next award, this is a fun one. Best use of movie samples in songs. We have Unseemlier, I Have a Screw Loose Somewhere. I love this record for more than that.
There's like one in between every song.
Yeah. But Mike and I had a very distinct conversation about the movie sampling, and like I loved it, and like he's like, "Thank you," because people hate it, and like we had this huge, so that's why I wanted to give him a shout out for that. Real like, like kind of mental health driven lyrical hardcore. I love it. I love this band. I can't wait to see them live. I don't know why I haven't yet, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna see them at Pooza.
And yeah. Oh yeah. And so this is a really good record. It's a lot of fun. It reminds me of like almost like an 80s hardcore kind of vibe to it. So that's one I highly recommend everyone go check out is Unseemlier, I Have a Screw Loose Somewhere.
Nice. My next one, my number, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Number 7 comes from the artist Tiny the Dream. This EP was actually a remix of 6 of their songs, remixed by Suzanne Bonifacio, Art Lakewood, Mike Fridman. A bunch of people remixed a bunch of the songs, and if you're into like electronic dance music, alternative rock, grungy music, it's kind of a mix of all that. I absolutely love it. And I think I brought Tiny the Dream, one of the regular EPs, to the show earlier this year or last year at some point. And at that point, I don't know if I told the story, but it was funny how I actually came across this whole band and artist. I was at a different show here one time and going outside to run out to my car and almost tripped over this girl's legs. She was just kind of sitting on the side of the road with her, the side of the building with her legs splayed out. Very nice. Said hello, sorry about that, no problem. And then she's like, "You enjoying the show?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." She goes, "You ever heard of Tiny the Dream?" I was like, "No." She goes, "You should check them out." And so like I literally, as I'm walking to my car, I'm pulling Tiny the Dream up on my Bandcamp, and I absolutely loved it. From then forward, I loved it. And then I realized it was actually Suzanne. That was her promoting her own band, which was awesome. But yeah, dude, Remix Volume 1, check it out. Tiny the Dream, it's totally dope.
I love that guerrilla marketing tactic.
Hell yeah, dude, it was rad, dude. It was until later that I went.
Hey, you ever heard of go check them out? They're really good. Like,
yeah,
just not
dude.
even say that it's your band.
I went back and listened, and I was like, "Oh, this is dope." Then I was like, "All right, let me go find the Instagram and follow." And then when I saw who it was, I was like, "Hey, that's the person who told me to listen to this."
It's awesome.
Yeah.
The next one on my list. Back in the springtime, we had an X Factor, and I can't remember whether it was Kick or whether it was Travel or Transit or something like that. I don't know what it was, because I feel like Kick was in some of the album titles. But anyway, this was the pick that I discovered, which was a band called Motorbike, and it was their record "Kick It Over," which I think at the time there was only a couple tracks available. Really loved this. This was really cool. Just going back to their own like Bandcamp bio, it was like a white knuckled ride through a haunted moor. Motorbike returns triumphant. And this was like a follow up record to like an earlier one that they had done, and it's all kind of music that's like, it's sort of like gritty rock, kind of garage rock music but it's got like a Western kind of twang to it, and it's all sort of inspired by motorcycle imagery and like motorcycle cruising vibes, at least to me it would seem. It's got that rambling kind of driving sound, and it reminded me of a little bit of way back when I first heard Cruel Miracles, like concept record that they did, that was about motorcycle stuff. But this band has made it their whole sort of identity, which is cool. And they have a really sick like oil painting cover on this record too, of like a guy starting a motorcycle. So yeah, this one was another just really fun one that was just like different and refreshing and super enjoyable. They hail out of Cincinnati, this band. So
I think I bought that record. That was one of the ones I really liked.
yeah, you really liked it a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. All right, so the next one we're gonna lead in with, this was like the most anticipated album to ever finally get out there, hold on, where are we here? Here we are. It's the Recovering Catholics. Come on.
They're on my honorable mentions.
Dude, I had In the Shadow of a Church before it was called anything. They had sent me, Aria had sent me a whole bunch of songs that just like, and I was like, this is awesome. And then I'm like, 2 years later, I'm like, when is this coming out? You know what I mean? Like it was, Aria Rad from Coffin Salesman, KCUF, C. Skidmore and Damn Fine Band, and a bunch of other things, as well as Matthew Trainer from Loser Circle. What was his solo project? Something Banshee, right?
The Howling Banshee.
Howling Banshee. I think he was in C. Skidmore as well for a while. Is he still in there? I don't know. Yeah, another guy. These two have been
and Loser Circle.
Yeah. These two have been doing this forever. They're to me, they're like legends in their own ways from the Boston music scene. And this project was something that they worked on for a long time. And I was really happy to see that it came out this year. The Recovering Catholics, In the Shadow of a Church. Check that one out.
Heck yeah, dude. My next one is... This one is Jeff, you were talking about how like we've been expanding a lot of our sound, and I think I brought this. I can't remember if I brought it. If not, I definitely featured it on 716 The Sound. I also had the artist on the show, Astronaut Head. The name of the EP is called Meek Moon. It's like a dream pop, trip hop, alternative kind of electro album, very ethereal kind of vocals and haunting, and I loved it. The first time I ever heard it, I was just like, what is this? And it was one of those kind of just perusing Bandcamp and checking the Buffalo tags and seeing what was new. This was something that had dropped in July, and as soon as I hit play, I was hooked. I was sucked in immediately. Like I literally immediately reached out to Jessica, who is Astronaut Head, and was like, I would love to have you on the show. I want to talk to you about your music. This is awesome. So if people haven't heard it yet, go check it out, Astronaut Head. The EP is called Meek Moon. She just put out a new single called Talk to Frank. That's good too. But yeah, loved it.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. So maybe you didn't bring it to the table.
Yeah, maybe not.
But it does sound like something you would have brought to the table, but I couldn't remember every single thing from this year. I definitely was trying to go back through all of our texts and and make sure I kind of covered everything that I wanted to pick. But yeah, the next one on my list was Trev brought this one, which was the band Bro, spelled Breaux.
Oh yeah.
The record was called Doom Goddess.
Hell yeah.
They were a metal band out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Let's see, like they call themselves a mix of like metalcore, southern rock, and beer is just one of their tags. Beer and whiskey are both tags on their Bandcamp. But yeah, I mean, that sound describes it perfectly. It describes itself. But yeah, this was just a fun ass fucking heavy record, and you know, we like heavy records on this show, dude. And yeah, this was just really cool, and also just funny that they spelled the like band name that way. So got a kick out of it. But yeah, I really liked it. That's about all I got to say about it.
Gone too soon, huh? Like there was like, I think they're like inactive, and we found
yeah,
that.
this came out in 2022, so there hasn't been anything since either. But hey, you know, sometimes bands come back around. We wait. Thankfully.
Speaking of gone too soon, this next one is a real special one, real special record. This band to me was something really special, and I'm really sad that they're no longer a thing. They get the "We Wish You Were Still Here" award. The Kilograms, Beliefs and Thieves.
Also in my honorable mentions.
Like I don't think I've ever been like sad about a band being no longer like I was when I heard that they were calling it quits. And they're all great musicians, and they all have, you know, they all do other projects, and they all have other things going on, and I get it. But like, man, this was like, and I remember telling Sammy that when I had him on for this album. I'm like, listen, man, like this is something that doesn't happen often. Like this is like, there's been tons of great albums out there, but there's something special about what this band was doing. And you know, so yeah, that's on my list as we were winding down our main lists here. Was I wouldn't have done, you know, it definitely would have been on my list regardless if they had broken up or not, right? Because the album's just so good, and it spans over so much, like different styles of music that they melded together to make their own sound. So yeah, Kilograms, Beliefs and Thieves.
Nice, dude. Yeah, that's on my honorable mentions as well. Let's see. Number 5 for me is a project by two amazing talents from this area, and I know I brought this to our show as well. Alex Behrens and Jacob Smolinski got together to create Dumb 100, and this was a 2-single offering. I mean, what do you call them anymore, right? Singles, 1 song. EP is more than 2 to 3, so two singles, I guess, 2-song single.
Yeah, 2-shot maybe.
Yeah, the songs are called "All of the Money," Just Like You, and the second song is called "Patience." It's just really chill, kind of indie rock. I absolutely love it. Absolutely. I mean, I've listened to this so many times when it came out. And then when we were putting this list together, when I was putting the list together for the show today, I was listening to a lot of the music, and this was one that I just played over and over. It's just so nice, man. I love the sound of it. Alex has such a great voice, and Jacob's, you know, compositions are awesome also. So if you haven't checked it out yet, Dumb 100, it's called "All of the Money," in parentheses, "Just Like You."
I remember I think it was the first track on that I absolutely loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
The last one you did, I don't think you brought that one.
No, I don't think so either. Jeff was saying the same, Astronaut Head. But I'll bring it, man. I think you guys might dig it. It's cool.
Cool. Yeah. The next one on my list for me, this is the last of my 6 main ones. Was your pick. It was the month that our X Factor was hot dogs. I think it was July.
Yeah.
For 4th of July, because this I think that's when we decided to go with our holiday themes.
Yeah.
Or no, it was actually before that. It was actually April when we did eggs, I think.
Oh.
Easter eggs, and then we did Egg Punk, which was great. We had and that's on one of those is on my honorable mention as well. But no, this was your pick for our hot dog month was a band called Smoker Dad.
Heck
yeah.
dude!
And
I've got the vinyl here.
And the record was called Hot Dog Highway. Oh, I loved this. This was just like, I'm gonna use the word trashy in a loving,
Yes.
positive way, but just like perfectly trashy, kind of like rambling,
70s rock
twangy
almost,
70s rock and roll, right? Just like kind of dab rock and roll. It was just great, humorous, tracks, but like really tight, really well mixed, really polished, really like fantastic band. They come out of Seattle, Washington. And if you take a look at the picture on Bandcamp, these guys look exactly like they sound, and I love it. Just mustaches and long hair and fucking like, 70s pants and shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this was just super fun. Just their whole Bandcamp page is just all cigarettes. It's fantastic.
I
So,
bought
yeah,
that one, I think. Yeah, because I have I did. I bought that one, and I got the digital and the record, right?
Yeah.
And then I bought they have a single out called Cocaine Blues that I purchased that too. They were good. That was a band I was like, holy shit, what is this? What's this doing in Seattle?
Yeah, they don't look like they're from Seattle, but they're a hell of a lot of fun. So yeah, Smoker Dad's Hot Dog Highway. Check that one out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so my next one is the Amp You Up Award. And I feel like, I don't know if this slipped under a lot of people's radar or not, but Grip Bite put out a full length this past year. Crazy J and Grip Bite, and this is a self-titled album. Yeah, it's like speed punk core stuff. It's like he's crazy. Like I walked into the Midway while they were like just starting their set. And this dude was running around the Midway, like jumping on tables and shit while he was singing. Like it's awesome. Real energetic, like speed punk stuff, definitely check them out. And he's a fantastic artist too, by the way. I don't know if like Crazy J Art is his Instagram handle. Make sure you guys check that out too. But yeah, this band is really, they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun, and like the energy you feel from listening to it is 10 times more when you see them live. So, yeah, that's mine.
Nice. My number 4 is a band. This is another hardcore punk band. This is more of like a very frenetic, super intense, chaotic, hardcore punk band. A lot of noise rock involved. The band's called Science Man. The album's called Monarch Joy. From beginning to end, 9 songs of just blistering hardcore punk. And let me tell you, man, John Toohill, this dude's legit legend in this area. The amount of bands and music and stuff he's put out over the years is just set such a foundation and an influence on the sound around here. But this is he fronts this band. I was lucky enough to see them this past year, and just fucking blew me away. It is just, to me, one of the, if you guys ever come out here, God, I pray there's a Science Man show or a Do Crime show. Or if anything, you know what? Maybe I'll just see if I can't get the show put together just for you guys coming out here. Okay. But yeah, dude, fucking Science Man killed. And this album is so killer. Monarch Joy.
Yeah, I have that one. I bought that one too. That was another album that I bought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of good picks this year. Throughout, like,
we really did.
I bought a lot of these. Usually, like, I'll buy the ones that I pick, and I'm like, yeah, these are all the ones. But like, I mean, I feel like I bought quite a bit
off of every same.
Year. Yeah. So
yeah, it really was. All right, so we're on to my first honorable mention. For my honorable mentions, was the Vandaliers. It was their single "Life Behind Bars." Beautiful song. Fantastic song. I don't remember. We did have one month this year that we chose to do our X Factor to feature trans musicians, kind of in light of our government's horrendous rhetoric and attitudes and things like that. We did a month where we wanted to uplift and share some trans artists. So I don't remember if this was from that month or if this was from a different month. But the Vandaliers are kind of I believe they called themselves cowpunk, something in that realm. So again, you're kind of mixture of punk and folk and country stuff, and really, really, really great band. Still really I have missed them the last couple of times they've played in Boston, and I was bummed because Trev, you and I had talked about going to see them a couple of times, like trying to make that work, and then we couldn't make it work. But like, definitely, this band remains on my list for 2026. I really want to see the Vandaliers. It's just a fantastic band. So this was just a single off of what I believe is their newest record that I think is out now. So you can go check that out. But yep.
Nice. I'm looking at my like Bandcamp purchases, like not just my library, but like the purchases. Chris, when did you bring Smitten for Trash? Was that this year?
Maybe, or last year.
Because I bought their cassette this year, so I'm
yeah,
assuming that's when it. Yeah. So, fucking crazy. So many good. I'm going through. I didn't realize how many I actually bought because of us. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty wild.
Same. Yeah,
it's pretty good. All right, as we're narrowing this down a little bit, the Community Award goes to the Boston, Massachusetts, New England band of just, I don't know, collective? Time and Place. Time and Place put out a full length this year, and it was really, really good. They got nominated this year for the Boston Music Awards. I don't know if they won. I left early.
No, they didn't. Unfortunately.
When you want to speak on community, if you want to speak on this, like, just for people that are backing each other, like, this band is what comes to my mind. And I seen they recorded something with Jesse Ahern recently. I can't wait to hear that. I think that's going to be an amazing, whatever that is going to be amazing, because both of them, like, I think him and that group of people are a good mix. So, yeah, man, check out if you're into folk punk, and I don't know whatever else you want to call these guys, like, for the people, by the people. That's Time and Place, right?
Yeah, Time and Place are real ones.
Yes,
nice. All right, another returning artist now to my list. This is my number 3, Wiley Something. Earlier this year, put out an EP in March called Dimes in a Wishing Well, and it's a very, very kind of relaxed, warm, chill, kind of alt country folk indie rock EP. Earlier this year, Aaron and I went out to a cabin that we stayed in. It was super nice, a really nice little cabin, and he had just released this, and I remember just putting in my earbuds and standing at these big bay windows and looking out at the forest and the snow and watching deer just come out early in the morning and eat, right? And I just listened to this music play, and it was like, I remember just being like, this is amazing. This is a perfect soundtrack to what I'm looking at right now. I literally sent him a message. Like, I took a picture of what I was seeing, and I said, I want you to know your EP is the soundtrack to this right now. It's so nice, man. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm a big fan of Jake's music and his songwriting, and Dimes in a Wishing Well to me is just so beautiful. It's killer. Check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, I think the next one on my list, The Nye, the record Bloodlust.
It's on
really
my
liked
honorable.
that one a lot. Yeah, that one was, I think that was you, because that's a Buffalo band. Yep, so that was super fun. Loved this record. That's all I got to say. This was another one that stood out. It's a 4-song EP.
Nice. Dude, I am going through this right now. Have you guys ever done that? Like, you have your library, but then if you go to purchases, it tells you when you bought this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't believe, like, I'm still in January. Like, I'm still like, it's insane. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, go off track here, but, like, so much good music came out this year.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
You know, I mean, yeah. Oh man. All right. Let me get back to my list before I start spitting off a billion other bands. Right. Yeah, man. I don't know. This one snuck up on me again for this year. It's actually 2 EPs, but from 2 different. They did a split. They did a 12-inch split. So, you know, the what did I call this one? Hold on, let me see if I can read my own handwriting here. I can't read my own handwriting. So, but it doesn't matter because the band is Markland and the Unloved with Oncoming Storm, and then Generation Exit on the other side with Stay Alive. And like, this is my wheelhouse for fucking punk rock, and I very vocal about that all the time. This was you know, dating back to like when I was listening to the Ducky Boys and how I got into the Boston music scene was because of that. Like, you know, so to have Mark drop a record this year out of nowhere, you know, and do it with Generation Exit, who like those guys are phenomenal. And like way back when it was Born to Lose when was a thing, like that was basically who was in some of the people who were in Generation Exit, right? So like you have them and the Ducky Boys, they used to tour together, right? So I mean it's just crazy to see like all these years later they kind of got back, like they reconnected and they did something on different, that they have different projects of. So definitely one of my favorites from this year. And it's the only thing, like I said, it's 2 EPs that make it up. They made it, and they did a split on a 12-inch, so that's why it made it to the LP list for me. But yeah,
Nice. My number 2 comes from a band called Robbery Club. The name of the album or EP is called Loot. I had the drummer Rob Brennan on the show, and he was a cool dude. He's in a lot of different bands, but this is one of them. It is, so it's kind of like it's like post hardcore / punk / alternative. It's just really good, man. It's all 5 songs are killer songs. They're catchy. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about it. It's just, I absolutely love this album. I love this band. I've seen them live a couple times now. And if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely check it out. Robbery Club.
nice.
Yeah. Next one I had was I had Do Crime, but we already talked about Do Crime, so I'm just gonna skip over that. But they were on my honorable mentions. But the next one that we haven't talked about yet was Trev. I think you brought it. Twisted Teens from New Orleans, Louisiana. They had a self-titled record that they're kind of, again, kind of in between punk and country and folk, and also kind of fuzzy garage rock too. Really interesting, kind of eclectic sound, and like a super fun record. I really liked that one that month that you brought that. Again, I don't remember what our X Factor was that month, but how that fit in. But it was really fun.
Nice. All right, so my last on my list, my big list. This band, because of Varia, I discovered this band, and it was probably, let me see right here with the first. So I got their first album in February of this year, even though it came out the year before. And then their newest album dropped in April of this year, so I'm going to go with that one. This is Dead Pioneers Post American, and I am giving them the Prolific Storytelling Award. Greg Deal is a phenomenal human being. He's a great artist. He's an awesome painter. His spoken word is great. His poetry is awesome. He's done TED Talks, and it was an honor to talk to him this year on my podcast. Like, I was very intimidated when I had him on, because I was like, this guy's like really smart, and I'm just like, hey, I like your punk band, you know. So, but it was a good conversation. He was a sweetheart of a human being to come on and talk with me about all the things that he does and stuff. So this is like a indigenous, like hardcore / spoken word band. Highly recommend it. And like I said, it's like storytelling is just so amazing in this. So, and like a lot of these stories, so there's a lot of stories that like end up in these songs, and then like the more research I did, come to find out they're all real. Like there's all the crazy like racism and colonialism that he had to face, growing up as an indigenous person in the Midwest. I think he's from I don't know. I got to check where he's from. I forgot where he's from. But yeah, so like it's just a wild thing that he because like some of the stuff you're like, oh man, that's so clever of thinking, but it was like a real story. Like this really happened to him, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, but the self-titled album, which came out last year, is awesome. But like, definitely check out Post American, which came out this year. So, yeah.
Nice. Lastly, my last one I'm mentioning tonight is from a newer band from our area who, again, made an immediate splash, but they're also kind of bringing back. You guys remember Screamo? Screamo, emotional hardcore, a little bit. It's very kind of
post-hardcore stuff.
Yeah, super screamy. But it's becoming kind of a little underground movement in our area amongst the younger generation of bands that's coming up. And this one is one of the ones that's just kind of splashed on the scene. The band's called Sostra. And the the EP is called Accessory to the Murder of My Best Friend. Killer, absolutely killer. I absolutely love it. When I saw them live for the first time, I was just like, whoa, this is really good, right? And they're young, dude. It's a young band. I think they're in their super early 20s. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. 4 songs, Accessory to the Murder of My Best Friend by Sostra.
Do you have honorable mentions or no?
Bro, I've got like 41 honorable mentions, but if people want to hear what else I'll have to say, they'll have to listen to 716 The Sound.
Okay.
Year-end episode.
I feel like they're right on track with that band name, by the way, Sostrix. I feel like there was an era where so many of those screamo bands always had these names that were like sounded like Greek Greek myth words, or like they were based on, obscure they were always based on some kind of obscure literature. Like it was always like, or some like just ethereal words like Seosin. I remember one, and like
I remember Seosin, yeah.
And then I was trying to think of a couple of other ones. Acadia. I remember one called like Acadia. I had a friend I went to high school with. Their band was called Acadia, and it was like the same thing. It was like these just kind of like words that I don't know. We're just sort of all over the place, and so I feel like they're doing it right.
Yes, Sostra is actually, they named it after this guy. So in Buffalo, there was a guy named Martin Sostra from back in whenever it was, I can't remember, but in the 60s he had a bookstore around here, and it was very much he was black, so it was all about like radical thought and education and educating black people. Well, cops didn't like that, so they framed him. They went in and arrested him and his girlfriend, put him in prison. He was in prison for a long time wrongly, and it was a huge story around here. And so that's why they got that name, because they wanted it. They wanted that to happen. They wanted people to go, "Where's that name come from?" Because they wanted to be able to say that story. That. Yeah, it's cool.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good band too, man. They're a killer band.
I'm just gonna rattle off the last, just like the honorable mentions I had. So it was the other ones I had was Thought Partner, which you brought, Trev. I believe they are also from this area, from the Boston area,
this fucking game, Chris Chavez.
Right.
Everything is a competition.
As I mentioned, Do Crime, which was the staple that Chris has brought several times from Buffalo. Alice Anarchy, who you brought as well, Trev. Yep. Fantastic. The band Knelt, who I brought, which is a Boston area kind of metal super group, if you will, of different members of different local metal bands, Boston area metal bands, I believe, formed the band Knelt. I don't know if they're doing anything right now currently, but they were as of last year, I think, whenever that came out. And then the last one, I think, was your pick, Chris, from whatever month. I think it was the same one that I brought, Motorbike. It was the band Jesus Christ Muscle Car.
Yeah.
It was either, Was that? I think that was Chris.
I almost asked who.
Or was that
brought
you, Trev?
Jesus, no, I think it was Chris.
I think it was
I
Chris.
almost asked who brought Jesus Christ Muscle Car because I have a purchase here. I bought the whole discography.
Yeah, it was great. So yeah, those are the rest of my honorable mentions.
Nice.
That's cool. All right, so I'm going to ramble off these real quick. So at the end of last year, so we record this typically it's like the beginning of December, right? Like or right around there. So like the end of last year, I'm pretty sure this one came out because that's when I bought it. Let me just double check. Oh no, it came out this year. All right, I got it early. That's right. I bought the single early. Oh, the Humanities record, Ground to Dust came out in early 2025. Tim Nave, the artist known as Tim, he put out a full length this year. Amazing record. I mean, dude,
He played at your house, right, Tim Nave?
He played at my house. He played at my house. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much, dude. Like, and again, a lot of it is stuff that we discussed, right? Which is awesome. Like that we talked about. I mean, One Fall put out an EP and then put their last EP on the other side of it, right? Just so much good stuff. Live records. DCPC Live put out a Blind Adam in the Federal League live record that sounded so good. One of the fun ones that creeped up on me, I don't know if I found this on Instagram or TikTok, but there's a artist out of California, Sarah Beth. She has a song called Vices, and it's very poppy, very indie, very like has like some like jazz elements to it. Her voice is phenomenal. That song got me this year. Micah Schnabel and Vanessa Jean Speckman put out a song called No Christmas Cards for Fascists. Why wouldn't I mention that? Why, we're recording this like 2 days before Christmas. Micah also put out an audio book for his book, The Clown Watches the Clock. It was phenomenal.
Did they put that out under Call Me Rita?
Or
was it?
So they each put it out on their own Bandcamp, but it was they recorded it with the Call Me Rita band as well. Yeah.
Got it.
So, and I don't know. I mean, this is like if you're into punk rock or hardcore or whatever, and you don't know that Blood for Blood just dropped a new single and came back out of nowhere, then I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. There's been a lot of good music this year. This year. And the more the more I was looking at my purchases, I was like, holy shit, that was this year.
Yeah, same.
Dylan Disaster. And the Revelry that came out. That was I think I put that in the record club too. I believe, maybe I don't know.
I don't think so. No,
I don't know. Jared Hart dropped an EP at the beginning of the goddamn year. Like crazy stuff. There's a lot of good music. I guess is what I'm getting at. So I hope some of you at least bought something off of Bandcamp from all the stuff that we've mentioned here, or like stuff that you just know, or stuff that we mentioned throughout the year.
Or what I'm about to mention on 716 The Sound, end of year episode. Check it out.
Oh man, this guy. When am I gonna be? I'm moving. I'm gonna get a zip code out there just so I can come on your podcast. I'm gonna get a 716 area code. So listen, everybody. I appreciate everyone listening this year. And we do know people listen, right? Because people share this. They probably share the turntable stuff more than anything else, which is awesome. And we do. Actually, Underground Noise might have us beat by now because Arya is a machine with that show. But yeah, I mean, look, this is what it's all about. It's all about community. It's all about promoting one another. And I appreciate everybody who shares that stuff because it's. In turn, we're sharing other people's music with each other, right? So, I guess that's my closing argument. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna have we're gonna have our list for February, right? For an X Factor or criteria, we'll do that when we come back before we wrap.
Yep.
This might be one of the quickest episodes we've ever done that had a billion different things in it, and all three of us. So we'll be right back. we're back, and it's time to go. Son of a gun. Lots of good music this year, folks, like I said before. Real quick, we got some social media shout-outs here. Bree Myers, my friend Bree Myers said, "Don't hate me, but the new Taylor Swift is fantastic." Kind of missed the mark of what the show was. That's okay. The Boy Detective. So Lame Ass Dads. Remember the band Lame Ass Dads? They hit us up and they said, The Boy Detective, Disco Lunch, Joker's Republic, The Hand You've Been Dealt, Half Dizzy, Yard Sale. I thought Yard Sale was a band, though. Oh, maybe it's just some. Maybe that's the name of the album too. Rustin Kelly, Pale Through the Window, Yellow Card, Better Days, Motion City soundtrack, The Same Old Wasted Wonderful World. Let's
Motion
see.
City soundtrack and Yellow Card put out new records this year.
I was gonna say
yeah.
that's some old school bands
What?
there.
Gotta check that out.
Let's see. What else do we got here? The Starting Line, Eternal Youth.
The
and-
starting line. Jesus Christ.
Are these all like?
Is
real,
this is it 2003?
I don't know.
What is
either.
happening?
Well, here's the last one. Good Charlotte, Motel Du Cap.
Wow. Chris, you were right. The
Yes.
old bands are coming back.
Yeah, Starting
Old
Line
sound
Internal
is
Loop
coming to
came
old-
out this
like,
year.
The starting line.
What?
Yellow Card was the first big concert I ever went to.
What is
when I was
happening here?
In 2003, I think.
Hell yeah, dude.
Jeff, did you say you got one too?
Val Trainer of Rainy Day Renegade Shop said Black Eye Fox's new record and The Humanity, Ground to Dust, which we mentioned. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good record. I was trying to find that one earlier too, and I forgot. Oh, I put Dream
Black Eye
Head.
Fox's new stuff is incredible.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I put MK Naomi's Dream Hiss cassette
Yes.
on here too.
Yep.
The album was recorded in 2023, but they released it this year, I believe. So, yeah, that's another good one. That's another good one. So. Well, all right. Well, we got them all. All right, let's pick our X Factor so we can get out of here. So I don't lie because about how long this episode was. All right, we'll lead it off with I don't know, Love. That's mine.
Death. That's mine.
And Taxes.
There we go. Love, Death, and Taxes. Love, Death, and Taxes. If Death and Taxes win, I can bring the band Death and Taxes. That would be
There you go.
It's an old album, but so. All right, well, I guess that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed 2025. We're looking forward to all of the new things we're implementing into this show for 2026. I hope in 2026 life gets a little bit better for everybody. We'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. To be continued, right? So, or to be determined. Anything to promote?
716thesound.com. All Western New York, all the
Right,
time.
the radio. The radio is 716 The Sound.
Internet radio, all Western New York,
Are you
all
putting
the time.
podcast episodes on there?
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
But that will come into the programming soon.
I'm still waiting for my contract letter in the mail.
What? Oh, wow. The audio broke up. What'd you say?
Right on. Jeff, you got anything?
Yeah, you can check out jrbimage.com for if you like concert photography and other photography as well. I've got a portfolio up there, as well as at jrbimage on Instagram. I've got some interesting batches of photos coming up from some different recent shows that should be pretty fun. Shot a big Nirvana and Weezer tribute a couple of weeks ago
Hell yeah.
that my buddy Mike did down in Pembroke at Soundcheck Studios. So that was really fun. So those photos are coming, as well as some other fun stuff in the new year. Hopefully, some more video stuff as well. So yeah, check it out.
Join the record club, Struggling Artist Record Club, and listen to the Struggling Artist Record Club recap with the two new hosts, Dave and Ryan. I don't know. I might fire these guys. We'll see. All they do is give me shit about stuff, and I'm like, listen, like that's not what I signed up for with having you two come on. No, they're great. They're great guys and artists in their own ways, right? We talked about that when we introduced them, right, Chris? Like,
Yep.
yeah. So So check out the Struggling Artist Record Club recap. Join the Struggling Artist Record Club so I can keep it going. That would be a lot of fun to do again for another year. And listen to the Struggling Artist podcast. We will have the anniversary show should be coming up in the next month or so. That will be a lot of fun, I hope. I hope we can get that thing going. And I guess that's it. All right. We're going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Much appreciated, and we'll talk to you all in a month.
Peace.
See you.